Rested a bit.
You said I cannot hear you. You said,
We rested a bit.
oh, okay. Anyway, you want to finish school early, so if you rest, you cannot finish early. So you have to work hard and finish so that you take this book wahala away. Mm. I presume this is the first class. You didn't have the first class, right?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, in the general, like in general kind of observation, uh, yeah, by the way, how was the exam? It's not my paper. I'm asking about the
Oh, sir, it
rest.
was good.
I'm asking about the rest, not my paper.
The rest. Sir, they were equally good too.
All right.
Yes,
Because
please.
for my paper, I know I've even finished marking and submitted the results long time.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So with me, I don't have a problem. So it's okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Yes, I cannot tell you your grade because the board has not sat on the results, so it will be unethical for me to say, but it is good. It's good. Don't worry yourself about that. So I think this is the last stretch for level 2, the second semester, right?
Yes, please.
Yeah, that's. But for the first semesters, I think probably I might come back to teach the digital marketing trends and tactics. So
That's for the January 2026. Oh,
yeah. I
okay.
think it's
Okay.
yeah level the first semester people. You know they
Okay.
join you, so
Yes,
they have
please.
to
Yeah.
go back to some
Yes,
couple
please.
of courses that they have. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You say you started, then very soon you will finish. How far is the project work going? The thesis.
Hey, Gusu. Hey, Gusu. Just a little corrections here and there. You know.
Yeah, the corrections are many, not little. We are still
Eh?
doing corrections.
It's not easy. Oh. It's not easy.
We are still doing. We send, then they will send it back to us to go and correct it.
Yeah, I was of the view that you see the problem with this is that students when they take research methods class, they want to pass and go because the class is boring. You get my point?
Yes, please.
But the essence of research methods is to help you write your thesis. But because all over the world, one of the most boring classes is research methods class. So if you are not lucky and you meet a lecturer who is also not interested, it makes the job more difficult. That is how it is. Whether it is US, Canada, Egypt, Kenya, or whatever, that course itself, students don't like it. So all that they
Yeah.
want to do is to write and pass and go away. They don't know that it is the same thing that you are going to use when you start writing your thesis. So you make some of minor mistakes in there and they bring it back to you. Sometimes the supervisor is even angry because the supervisor start asking himself, did they really go through research methods? Why are they giving me this? Because there's a disconnect between the research methods and the actual thesis. That's what students have done. So I was even suggesting that we need to run what we call thesis clinic. And thesis clinic is like more or less a seminar. And the main graduate school, we do it for the MPhil students. And that one, it let you appreciate, well, you know, their program is 2 years. They have
Yes,
almost
please.
1 year doing the thesis. So they have to go through series of seminars. And that's the first time we did the seminar, they didn't even want the class to end. because they realize that there are a lot of things that they are lacking that they need to bring to home. So the corrections, it will come. The only thing that let your work be solid. There are some key things that we look at in every work. The methodology part is key because it is a research. So if the methodology is fundamentally flawed, then automatically garbage in, garbage out will happen.
Yeah.
So you have to be mindful about methodology because that is the basis. It's like if I predict something based on research, they say, oh, what was the methods used? That's the first thing everybody will ask. So the methods need to be on point. And when we are writing the methodology, there is something that is also now becoming a challenge which we need to address. AI don't know what we call research design. So when people tease AI to write methodology, you see that the research design and talk about quantitative cross-sectional design and all those things. This is absolutely doesn't make sense because the design is not an approach. But AI always talk about research design, talking about quantitative cross-sectional design. This is not research design because research design is either descriptive, either explanatory, or other exploratory design. These are the designs. So if you say quantitative is an approach to research, but it's not a design. So when the supervisor pick your work and go through that place and so that the AI is writing the thing, you can easily see. I'm not saying AI is a bad thing, but when you read and you understand, whatever AI gives you, you should be able to correct it and bring it into the mainstream. That's what you have to do because it has come with us. We always say that you have to deal with a responsible kind of approach to the whole thing, but not just lift it. There are some people, they lift it, they don't even read what is there. And when you ask them, they start say, oh, I didn't see. How come you are writing something that you didn't see? So it is actually a very helpful tool. That one, it can give you almost everything that you need in terms of pointers. Then it gives you the sense of direction as to where you need to go. So always make sure that you get it. And remember also that with the AI, it behaves like what I'm talking about with regard to what methodology, garbage in, garbage out kind of thing. AI also have that. If you don't query it properly, you have problems. I'm contemplating of even running a seminar for students on how to actually query AI to get whatever you need in order to improve the work that you are doing. And I'm yet to discuss with the dean and see whether we can run a seminar on that because it is very, very important. Okay. Any general questions or general concerns that you want us to talk about? Hello.
Hi, sir. We are there.
Is there any general issues you want me to address? When are you supposed to submit your, when are you submitting your thesis? Is it June or July?
So it is July. Yeah. Yeah. I think from the calendar, so it was July.
Yeah, so that means you need to work very hard because if you don't work hard,
The calendar is 29th of this month, not July.
Is that what?
The roadmap is 29th. 29th of this month is supposed to be defense. The roadmap that they are using. Yeah, if
no,
only.
I think the defense is not you.
No, it's not us. So Lord, it's not us.
No,
What has
January intake did their defense. Some departments, when you were writing exams last time, they did their defense. But what I mean is that
they
MSc
are done.
Informatics. Yes, please. So the roadmap that they've given to us, when we check the roadmap, I can forward it to the page. I don't know whether they won't go according to it again.
You started the program June, right?
Yes, please.
Maybe June and we are in May. Anyway, but the program is 1 year, so I think it is in line. But normally, for whatever reason, one way or the other, academic calendars are subject to change. So, but try and finish. What we did, I think last Wednesday was defense for the mainstream graduate school. And once they've done their defense, I know they will push you to do your defense because all of you are going to graduate together. So those of you who are behind, try and work around the clock to get it done and get it done properly. All right, and also tell the people that so far, how many, let the people know that we started a class, they need to be in so that we'll be able to deal with the situations as they unfold. And I want everybody to finish, pass and pass well, and we take problems away. Okay, all right, so our program that we have to look at is I'm coming. Let me stop share this face. And can you see the screen, please?
Yes, please, we can see.
So basically, this is the course outline. I'm still developing it with the subtopics. The slides have been done, but I need to get this document for you so that you will be able to access it on the learning management system or platform. So our course actually goes beyond just the basic social media marketing. It delves into advanced tactics and trends and best practice that will actually help in leveraging social media platforms for growth and engagement. Now, in the modern business delivery system and with the section of technology and we have to engage consumers because consumers now are no more inclined to this traditional media or the traditional medium where it is more or less a one-way kind of communication. This social media is supposed to be what we call a two-way symmetric approach. The content provider, in terms of maybe you're offering a service or maybe product or whatever, you are the one creating the first content, then other people need to fall in line. So there must be engagement, and engagement is one of the key issues in modern business approach. If you are not engaging your target market or engaging your audience, even as a communication company, you are going to lose. So it is a concept that we need to understand and appreciate that whatever it is, we will find ourselves in a situation where we have to provide a critical path in terms of when we sell product to someone, the person is supposed to review the product and we give that person window to review the performance of the product, which others who have not bought the product yet, when they want to buy, they will go to your website and look at the product and also read the review.
Hello, can you guys hear, sir? Hello.
No,
Yeah,
no, no, no.
we're
Yeah.
hearing you, but his voice was down.
Okay. I think maybe he has a connectivity issue. So let's wait and see.
Yo,
Yes. I'm I'm trying to call him and see if there's any issue. If there's any issue.
Charlie
uh,
Lord, take us to
to where?
Oh, I'm calling him, Makaza.
We should just schedule it to another time.
you, Massa.
Master, let's kill it
Postpone,
today
postpone,
so that you'll be free.
postpone the class, my guy. Ah, Charlie, is he there?
He's not answering. So let's still wait. Why? Let's still connect. Why? Lord.
Yo,
I tried calling him. He didn't pick up. So let's see.
all right, cool.
Hello?
Who's there?
Yeah, sorry about that. My system went off and
Okay,
yeah,
that's fine.
I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
So, like I was saying, what is it remains is that engaging people is one of the key engaging people is one of the key things that we have to understand as the modern approach to business. And the key thing we have to look at social media advertising and paid campaigns, social media analytics and measurements. Then we have to also look at emerging trends, and finally we look at ethics. So these are the 8 major topics we have to look at. But like I told you, each and every major topic have got subheadings that will actually appear in the slide. So these are the key things that I want you to look at. I don't know who have visited the LMS recently. Has any of you been on the LMS?
I was on it, I think, when you're writing the exams.
Okay, do you have something like study guide on it?
I haven't come across it, like, no.
Okay, that is fine.
Unless maybe I check and revert to you.
Guide, whether it's there. I will also actually follow up and see.
Okay.
So these are the key 8 topics that we will look at in this semester, and or this section. Then we'll call it a day. So the slides are ready. I'm just trying to finalize the what we call it, the course outline, and also get your mid-semester assignment and everything. Then I'll put it on the LMS so that you can just go access it. Then we move on with it. All right.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so now without wasting my time, we need to just start. We keep rolling by. Digital social media is advanced digital social media. Particular course with regard to social media, it is not new. Issue here now is that we need to be able to know how the benefit and the things we are supposed to do and the things we are not supposed to. When we give context, that is why this particular course is very important. So what is the key overview? The lecture was from the strategic use of social media in contemporary business environment, and the main areas are social media strategy development and planning. We have platform-specific marketing strategies, branding, positioning, and community building, and integrated and omni-channel digital marketing. These are the things we have to look at for today. And depending on our speed, maybe probably we will tackle another topic before we end. So the objective is that we have to be able to explain the importance of strategic social media planning, develop platform-specific marketing approaches, and also understand branding and online community engagement, then evaluate omni-channel digital marketing strategies and analyze emerging trends shaping digital communication. So the first thing that we have is what is social media strategy? Who can tell us? When we say social media strategy, what does it mean in your own words? Okay, what is a strategy?
It's a guideline.
The strategy is a guideline. Are you sure about that?
Or measures, probably. So yes, maybe measures.
So strategies are plans put in place to achieve the set, target.
You say a strategy is a plan. I'm just using your. Hello. Yes, a strategy is what? Can you hear me, please?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
Oh, so strategy is what is stalling the class now.
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
For
who
me,
said that
strategy is,
okay.
yeah,
Go
it's
ahead,
a
yes.
blueprint or a framework to achieve an objectives.
Okay. So somebody says strategy is a plan. The plan actually exists. It's the strategy that we use to achieve what? To realize the implementation of the plan. That's what that is about. So they say it's a means to achieve an objective. That is the strategy. And with the social media, it refers to what a plan and coordinated use of a social media platform to achieve organizational goals. So our objective is to, maybe we want to create awareness. That is our social media goal. If that is our goal, then what strategy are we going to adopt in order to be able to achieve that? Here, then we come with what different social media activities that we have to do. So a successful strategy will involve one, defining the business objective. What is it that we want to achieve? So like I said, our objective is to create awareness. If we have to create awareness, that is the objective. If we want to persuade customers, that is the objective. If we want to remind customers about whatever product that we have, that they know, but we are reminding them, that is objective. So that objectives can never be taken for granted, because without objectives, you cannot measure. So you have to write this down. Without an objective, there's no need for measurement. Without an objective, there's no need for measurement. Then we write again. It is objectives that sets the key measurement criteria. It is objectives that set the key measurement criteria, or KPIs, key performance indicators, or that's a key performance indicator. So you have to define the business objectives, then identify the target audience. It is a strategy. The strategy, we are talking about selling here. if the strategy is about to increase sales, who are our target market, target customers? Who are those? Or potential buyers? We need to identify them, because if we don't identify them, and remember, communication is what? From digital marketing trend and tactics, we said digital marketing trend and tactics, we made mention that we stated that it is our key objective is what? Communicate. Who said what to whom, through which channel, and to what effect. That from Harold Laswell. He actually defined communication as who said what to whom, through which channel, and to what effect. Who becomes the sender of the message? What becomes the message? Whom become what? The recipient of the message. That is the target. And through which channel and to what effect. The concept of the recipient of the message have a lot of influence on what type of message are we sending. Because if I'm going to teach level 100 students who have just returned from secondary school, my choice of words will be different from teaching this class. Why? Because you are advanced, they are not. So you realize that the recipient of the message, that's the whom, have an influence on what? The message itself. What message are you selling? So if you are saying that you want people to wash their hands, but then we went to the village and realized that people, they are not text heavy. When I say people are not text heavy, that means they don't read that much. We will probably come out with what? Pictures, like a cartoon washing their hand, pictures of those things. They can easily make that impact and just be writing, make sure you wash your hands when you return from where they will not read. But when they see the picture with somebody washing their hands, it rings a bell. So we see here, development communication, the audience has now influenced the type of messaging we have to go through. And the same audience also influence the channel that we have to use. Because let's say radio advertising. There are certain products you can market at certain places, but it cannot be accepted on also certain platforms because you are just throwing your money away. Like you are selling Tabia Herbal Mixture and you say you are going to advertise on YFM. It's more or less a wasteful exercise because the audience or the audienship of YFM are people who are more into parties and other things, but not about health and safety issues. So they are not interested in any local medication, and therefore you will just be paying money for airtime for nothing. But when you send the same product to Peace FM, the results will be different. Why? Because you have a broad-based audience with people with similar kind of health and safety issues concerning their personal safety and all those things. So they are interested in certain type of medication. So that is how we look at it. So the audience have a key determinant. So if we say we want to embark on social media strategy, who are our target audience? It is very, very critical. Then we select appropriate platform. That is what the channels that we have, the platform, social media platforms that we have to use. Are we dealing with Instagram? Are we dealing with Facebook? TikTok, WhatsApp, all those are platforms that could be used depending on the nature of the product. Then the next thing is what we have to create an engaging content. The literature is saying engaging content, not create what? Nice content. Content that will let people respond, because like on social media, people are participants in terms of the conversation and they are not just observers. So you need to be mindful that what is this that I can do in order for them to appreciate and also respond for me to know how they are feeling, and that will inform the type of decisions I have to make. That is very, very critical. Then from that we measure, because like I said, once we have objectives, then it gives us what the parameters to measure. If you don't have objectives, you cannot measure. So that's why you say if you don't know where you are going, every road will lead you there. Why are we saying that? We're saying that because you say I'm going somewhere. So wherever I reach is somewhere. But if you know that I'm going to main campus, if you have not reached main campus, that means you have not reached. It's as simple as that. So always we need to understand these key issues and be able to appreciate it, because campaign without measurements, there's no way you can improve performance, because you have not actually measured to see whatever you have. So why is it important for social media strategy to actually be part of our course? One, social media has transformed marketing communication by enabling real-time interaction between firms and consumers. Like I said, they are not just observers, they are participants. And therefore, there must be interaction. That's what we call customer engagement. Customer engagement. Engagement is key. And we cannot take engagement for granted. Because if you take engagement for granted, the people will be leaving you because you don't even see that they are leaving you. But you are not engaging them to know who is responding and who is not. All that you realize is that there is no customer. So it is important that you appreciate this kind of concept. So why is it important? It builds brand awareness globally. Because social media transcend beyond what? Borders. They transcend borders. So there's nothing like I'm in Accra or I'm in Boko or I'm in where. Once you have access to internet, it will help you to create the awareness that you need across the globe. It also encourages customer engagement and loyalty, because like I said, it's a two-way symmetric kind of communication where we engage each other, we discuss it passionately, then we know which direction we need to go. Then provide customer insight through analytics, support sales and lead generation, and also enhances competitive advantage. Then at the end of this, facilitate direct communication with customers. So these are the key things that we need to know with regards to social media strategy. We need to build a brand. We need to enhance competitive advantage by engaging with our customers more. And when we engage them more, they find it difficult in leaving us to go to another competitor, our competitors. So that is how it is. And if we help us to, like, it encourages customer engagement, which will in turn let us know the inner feeling of the customer concerning how our services have been over the years. And that will help us in achieving that. So what is the planning process? The planning process is like the normal communication planning process. First, situational analysis, or we analyze the current situation. Where are we now? That is situational analysis. In marketing management or a typical strategic marketing class, when we talk about situational analysis, it's quite broad. We look at internal analysis, we look at the external analysis before we even set objectives. Because if we don't know where we are, that's why the marketing literature will say, where are we now? Well, the marketing plan is set up to answer 5 main questions. Where are we now? That is situational analysis. Where do we want to go? We set objectives. Which way is the best? We look at strategy options. How do we get the strategy implementation? And how do we ensure that, how do we know that we are there? We are looking at what evaluation and control. So these are the key things that we have to look at. Situational analysis is very, very important. After that, we analyze, okay, what is it that we have with regards to our competitors? Have they been able to create more awareness than us? Or what are the key things that we need to understand with regards to how the customer is trying to help us achieve? So with the situational analysis, it helps the firm to understand their internal strength and external marketing conditions. Like I said, situational analysis deal with what? Strengths and weaknesses. With the situational analysis, it is twofold, internal and external. Internal will bring about strengths and weaknesses. This is what in marketing we call it the controllable variables. It is controllable because if we don't have an expert in IT, it is a weakness. We can hide one. So we don't have IT person, but it is within reach. So that is why we say it is strength and weakness. And because of that, it's controllable. If we have money, we can hire one. So internal situation will bring about strength and weakness. The external marketing environment will bring about opportunities and threats. And that's why we say it is uncontrollable environment. No organization can control it. So you need to adapt to suit the situation. Like as we are here, external forces have actually led prices of maybe fuel to go up. You cannot say as your business, you don't care about it, you will not buy at that price. If you don't buy at that price, your fleet of cars will actually be sitting at the company premises without making any meaningful contribution to production. So you need to understand that the external environment, like maybe government increase taxes, you cannot do anything about it. So businesses always adapt to suit the external environment. That external environment brings about what? Threats and opportunities. And the internal will bring about strength and weakness. So when we put the two together, we say we are doing what? SWOT analysis. Do we understand it, please?
Yes, please.
Okay. So with that, areas that we can analyze is social media with regards to actual social media in terms of specifics. Current social media performance, we have to analyze that. Competitor activities, we have to analyze that. Consumer trends and behaviors, yes. Technological developments, we have to analyze that. And opportunities and threats that come with it. So why some are what? Like current social media performance is an internal thing. Your effort will give you the performance that is needed. So these are the things that you have to look at. And the common tool that we
Hello,
use,
Lord. Yes.
we compare with what
Lord.
analysis.
Yeah.
Turn
Hello.
right onto Ridgeway Road.
Yeah, mute your mic.
Hello.
Yeah, Ken.
Yeah.
Mute yourself. Why? What?
Okay.
Yeah, so that is that we have to do SWOT analysis, which I've explained that. Then competitor benchmarking is also one of the key things. What is it that the competitors are doing? Are we falling short, or we have to meet them boot for boot, as Ghanaian political language will be? We have to also go out there and compete. And social listening tools can also be used in dealing with that. What is social listening? Who can tell us? What is social listening? Can somebody tell us? Hello?
Hello.
I say.
Yeah, what is social listening?
Yeah, they are the platforms that we normally use to do adverts and also showcase our products. like Facebook, Google Business Profiles. We have the LinkedIn and the Instagram as well.
Social listening.
The social listening talks about tracking and analyzing online conversation.
Exactly so. That is what it is. Because sometimes you have to do sentiment analysis. I wish ECG can do one. If ECG can do sentiment analysis on social media, they will know whether they are performing or not. So like the conversation and the discussion that is happening on the social media platforms are what we have to be able to understand and appreciate it and get it done that way. Then from there, literature is saying we set goal setting, right? So we set objectives. Objectives are very, very clear. All of us have done intro to business administration or management, the principles of management before. We say objectives ought to be SMART. And SMART simply means that it has to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. That's clear deadlines are there, specific. You have to clearly define the objectives. To increase LinkedIn followers by 15% within the next 6 months. Time is involved, that's the 6 months. The other thing is the target is clearly stated, 15%. So if we are less than 15%, that means we have not been able to achieve the target. And once we say 15%, it is easily quantifiable, so we can easily measure. And 50% realistic. Yes, awareness creation, 50% is even far below. It ought to be even more because we are just creating what is. But if it is followers, yes, 15% is acceptable. So objectives got to do with the SMART concept or the SMART nature of the way things are done, and we have to be able to appreciate that. Then audience research and segmentation, because whatever we say audience identification. So now we need to get our audience. We need to understand the target audience, and that is actually the central to effective digital marketing. If you don't know your audience, you are just wasting your time. If you are not clear with your mind in audience, your objectives are not clear, and therefore you behave like, even though you are communicating like, example I can give is a secondary school manifesto day for school leadership. SRC, I say SRC, yeah. Boys prefers compound overseer and all those things. We've all been there before. The people who come manifesto day, they speak some language and we clap for them. They say this is vocabs. But so whatever they are saying, the import nobody is interested in. It's the same thing I'm applying here. If you don't know your audience and you want to communicate, that communication will be highly ineffective because you don't know them in terms of certain factors. So we have to know the demographic factors of them in terms of age, gender, and their income, and probably educational status and all those things you need to know, because their level of education can inform your choice of words. Then also geographic factors like location. Is it Africa? Is it Europe? Is it the Far East? Geography has got some element of influence in the way people behave. Then psychological factors, lifestyle and values are there. Then behavioral factors, also we look at pitches patterns or purchasing intentions, and we'll be able to do that. Why are we doing that? We have to know this about the audience. It will help us in better targeting them and personalize the communication. If they are lawyers, we use legal language in order to get their interests for them to respond. Then helps also improve engagement and conversion rates, because we need to convert them from awareness creation to actual purchase sense of the product. And if we don't know them very well, it becomes a challenge. So it is always of critical importance that audience research is very, very important. Then we say buyer personas in social media marketing. Very, very important, because if we say we are looking at the audience, what are their so typical personas? Personas is something like they are fictional profile representing ideal customers. So some of the customers, we can say, okay, if these people are lawyers, or if these people are the youth, what we are trying to put like a persona mark around the target, so that it will help us to identify and what empathize from design thinking point of view. So their occupation, their interests and motivations, their pain points and challenges that they go through, and preferred digital platforms are very, very important than buying behavior. Pain points and challenges, we all know what are the difficulties they go through. Preferred digital platforms, very, very important. If you don't know the composition, that is why when we say we want to advertise, let's even use this is like social media. So if you want to communicate with ladies more, which platform will you use? This is actually a hypothetical kind of question. I've not given any product, but let's try and guess. If you want to communicate with ladies more, which platform will you use?
TikTok.
Okay. Who else? Can you justify why? Hello.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, can you justify why?
Because
So,
ladies, they use TikTok more. Per my observation, you realize that almost all of them are having TikTok accounts. Yes, that's my justification,
okay,
bro.
that's what is right. But if the communication is about more of pictorial in nature, images, I'm not asking Lord alone, I'm asking everybody. So, hello.
So, Doc, we could also target Instagram.
Yes, because if it's more of picture-based content, the Instagram is the best because it has got that functionality with extremely sharper kind of a platform in terms of display of pictures and all those things. Anyhow, not in order to be able to get that. So yes, you have to look at their interest, their motivation, their pain point, their preferred digital platform, and how they behave. So personas will help marketers create relevant and customer-focused content. Okay, they are enthusiastic customers about our product. That is their motivation. We show them more of the product features in order and functionality in order for them to get that experience that sense, right? The content development strategy, that is involve planning, creating, and distributing and managing digital content. We don't create the content and just bam, put everything together, or appear on all the platform at the same time. You don't have a strategy, you don't have a plan. So you are just, let's send it to TikTok, let's send it to Facebook, let's send it to LinkedIn, let's send it, and you say you are done. No. You have a fair idea of social media, you have a fair idea of like reaching out, but the approach is wrong. Based on your audience research, there are certain key things that you have to know. The content tips and the pillars around the content is very, very important. If they are doctors, the team should be anything that is related to their occupation, and that will bring their interest. If not, they are not going to be interested in that, because they will tell you they don't have time. Even that is not within their domain. So you have to always be aware that issues could really kind of happen. So effective content strategy creates consistency and strengthening of brand identity. So the pillars are there, storytelling techniques. What you want to tell little children is not the same you are going to tell grown-ups. So you have to have a strategy as to how you need to tell the stories. If the people are more traditional, you use like a heritage kind of storytelling approach, where you try to portray a certain kind of culture which will resonate with them. So don't say, oh, we have to just communicate. No. Even if you look at political actors, in terms of people wanting to lead parties and all those things, when they meet the youth, the conversation is different from when they meet the older people. While the older people are thinking about health and safety and all those things, the youth are also thinking about what? Entertainment and things that is full of adventure. That is their purview. So the storytelling, if you go there and you talk about, like, let's say you are communicating with the university students and you are talking about life and critical ill insurance. Do you think they will buy? They will be interested? Hello?
No, sir, they will not be.
Yeah, because undergraduate students, if you are going to talk about life and critical illness insurance, they will say, oh, wait a minute. What are you saying? And even let's move into product marketing. If you happen to be a father and your son is going to school and you came home and you told your wife that, look, I bought our boy life and critical illness insurance. What do you think your wife will tell you? If you don't think there will be Second World War in the house, because it's that in her mind, you are not functioning properly. The first thing they will ask is, do you want the boy to sick or what? Even though that's not the intention, there are certain particular kind of conversation or product or service that is just towards a particular age bracket and therefore can never be taken for granted. So the storytelling need to resonate with your target. The content scheduling and what calendars is very, very key. That's why I said you cannot just, after developing the content, you lump into every platform and you go back to sleep. Some can play the key role when the conversation starts before you even try to activate the others. That's the strategy you have to go around. It's not about you have it, so you just put it on every platform. Oh, after every platform, we are there. Yes, you are there, but the impact will not be, because it's about mileage. And how do you get the mileage? You have to strategically deploy your message in such a way that where the interest is going down, you resolve the whole thing by coming out with a new version, which is also saying the same, because consistency is the key and to help you. Then how are you going to engage the audience? What is your objective? Is it going to be a town hall kind of approach where you beat them, like the one we have what call a virtual town hall meetings, where you create a platform and everybody log on, that you start the discussion with it, or you find a different way to engage them the way you want. The multimedia integration is very key, because this is about visibility. So you have to make sure that you are able to use your multimedia very well, and it can make the level of impact that is needed. So effective content strategies create consistency and strengthen brand identity. So what are the key types of social media content? It could be educational content, it could be entertainment content, it could be inspirational content, it could be promotional content, or it could be user-generated content. With the user generator, it improves authenticity and trust. When it comes to promotion, it drives sales. So at every point in time, all I'm trying to say is that let's actually know what type of content we are creating and know why, what are the things we're supposed to do. Or if it's educational, it will help inform the audience, and therefore We have to give more information. If it is entertainment, we create certain condition where it is able to engage them. Like they say, let me say, ice water bucket challenge or something. It's entertaining, but people will get involved and they will actually partake in it, and they take information and send it back to the organization. This is part of engagement. So all the time, like I said, it's not about we as a class or we as a people in 2026 don't know about social media. But there are some things we do that we don't know the official standpoint of some of this, or the strategy that we can use to make enough kind of impact. Then the content optimization technique, search engine optimization, high tech strategies. You've done search engines, right? Hello.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, so search engine optimization, high tech strategies, mobile friendly content design. When we say the content is mobile friendly, then what we are saying is that when the people are using mobile devices, they should be able to, the site or maybe the platform should be able to accommodate such a version, because in some cases, especially people use like mobile friendly kind of approach where as soon as you use mobile phone to access the website, you realize that the interface, most of them are not showing because it's not developed to that extent. So you need to make sure that you get it right through mobile content design. Then video optimization, using YouTube and other things, you have to optimize. Then timing and frequency management is also very important. You don't say I've done it, then you have to sit down, analyze the situation. Okay, I have 3 different content. I will introduce one every month in order to keep what the energy going in terms of your target. So that's what you do. So that will improve the platform algorithms and also what audience reach. You know, the algorithms are the ones that try and what bring, like, drive what people online watch. So if your content is more of a particular topical issue within at that particular time, and people start watching, it gives you similar things as to what give you similar related issues regards to what you were watching. Then social media metrics and KPIs. So we have like rich impressions, engagement rates, click-through rate, conversion rate, customer acquisition costs, and return on investment. These are key things that helps in achieving that, because how many people are we able to reach? We can just use the analytics to see it. How many people have viewed their audience? Because now web analysis is everywhere, and it doesn't show much about, like, you don't have to use extreme energy to get whatever you want. I can give you an example. Just a minute, let me stop sharing this and let me show you just a bit of how this analytics situation really works. So, like, if I want to just do, let me use ResearchGate as an example. With ResearchGate, let me use my own kind of profile and see something here. So you let me share something and we see what I'm trying to talk about regards to analytics. So can you see the screen, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so like this is my profile, right? Let me click on statistics. And now when you look at this statistics, you see how the whole thing has been designed. There's no need for me to go and count anything, but the algorithm will straight away work on it and get it. So it's telling me that, okay, fine. As at now, you have about 17,000 plus people reading, have read your articles that you've written. You have about 263 citations. And when you go down, you see what we call the breakdown. So that is how you should be able to measure. And it's one of the key things that help online platforms actually do. So you don't find yourself trying to go and see an expert to do anything for you. You can know how many people like your video, you can know how many people who don't like it, and you just kind of move on with that. So it is important that it is not something that you can have excuse for it. You have to know number of impressions, the engagement rate. Like me, if I want to know my readership rate, rate at ResearchGate, when I click on statistics, I'll see. So that is how the whole thing is. How many people click on the adverts that we posted online? You see, and how much is it costing us to acquire new customer? All these are things that can be easily measured. And how much are we spending so much, like are we investing in order, and what have been our return? Are we investing based on our multimedia center platform? There's some that are paid for and some that are free, and search engine optimization and the cost involved in hiring all the personnel is the investment. How much are we getting out of it? That's the returns. If the return is bad, it's a problem. So Instagram marketing strategy is the next thing we have to look at, and this is quite a bit straightforward. Instagram will focus heavily on visual communication and storytelling. Like I told you, when it comes to photography and pictorial representation of content, Instagram is stronger because we have all the reels and stories for engagement. Influencer collaborations can be there. Visual branding consistency is also there. The high-tech campaigns and product tagging and social commerce. So it is highly effective for lifestyle and fashion brands. So we are not just going to say, oh, like it's a university and we are interested in Instagram. Yes, university students are young, especially undergraduate students. They are interested in Instagram and all those things, but certain content in terms of education will not be appropriate forum when it compares to probably a beach party. With a beach party, you will see that people will be more active there because it is fun and therefore they have opportunity to bring about pictures that they have. Then Facebook, then we, sorry, So we have Facebook. Facebook is what? It remains one of the largest social networking platforms globally. And it's what community building, the strategy uses what community building through Facebook groups. Things that like they belong to a particular group and all of them are present there. Paid advertising and audience targeting can be used on Facebook. Customer service interaction can also be done because we can have instances where you have a bad service, you can send them like post a message on Facebook and they will come to respond. And also live streaming and event promotion are there. If you let's look at the traditional media, now most of them are doing what? While they are broadcasting, they are also doing Facebook Live. Why? But they realize that when they rely on the radio, they are not going to get any meaningful audience, because how many of us actually even listen to radio if we are not in the car? Well, when we get home, nobody is interested in listening to radio. We rather go online. So now all of them, you see them being there like that. The retargeting campaigns are there. So Facebook is effective for business to consumer and SME marketing. That is what you do. You as a digital marketing person, you need to understand where you find yourself and to help you to achieve your objective. Then LinkedIn, we all know. Who can tell us something about LinkedIn, please? Who, please? Like, what is the audience ship of LinkedIn? Who can tell us?
Prof,
Yeah.
LinkedIn consists of corporate and then corporate executives, members. So when you need employment, when you need to also showcase your organization, that is a platform you can also market your organization.
Yeah, so that's entirely true. It is more of a professional kind of approach. So you don't go there and you go to joke. We doing digital marketing are aware of it. So even whatever we have on TikTok is not the same thing that will appear on LinkedIn. Well, we know that that place, it's more of a professional approach to the way people do things than the normal marketing that we do. So stories for engagement, the reels, then we have influencer collaborations, visual branding consistency, high-tech campaigns and all, product targeting and social commerce. That's where you find yourself. And it tells you that, oh, sorry about that. Yeah. So for the LinkedIn, sorry, please. The LinkedIn, it is for business to business marketing. Thought leadership content. When you say thought leadership content, people who are experts in those fields are the ones we have. So we go there with what? A kind of an understanding and idea that makes us on top of it, and therefore people are prepared to engage us because they want to learn on that subject area. So we have to lead them. Professional networking is also the recruitment and employer branding is also there in LinkedIn. The industry discussion and all webinars happen in LinkedIn a lot. So it strengthens professional credibility of what your brand when you go on that tangent. Then TikTok and YouTube strategies, video-based platform, continue to dominate digital engagement. Short-form entertainment videos is what we find on TikTok. Likewise, what trend participation, viral challenges, and influencer what partnership. Viral challenges would be like what I said, the ice water bucket challenge or bathing challenge. You could create a whole lot of things, or maybe rep your jersey challenge, and all those things are things that normally happen on TikTok. And likewise, also influencers also play issues by partnering with organizations in order to help drive their conversation. Then when it comes to YouTube strategy, long-form educational content, tutorials and demonstrations, video search engine optimization, and brand storytelling can happen with YouTube, because YouTube can play a very longer kind of video in terms of content, and you have the opportunity to explain all this and explain it very well. And now we say branding in social media. What is a brand? What is a brand, please? Hello, class.
I can say that a brand is an identity of an entity or a group.
Yeah, so in elementary form, is defined as what? Is a name, symbol, color, logo that differentiates one organization from the other. Do we understand that?
Prof, can you say how people perceive your product?
How people are perceive your product is not the brand.
Prof, can you repeat your definition again?
I say it is a name, sign, symbol, logo, or color that differentiates an organization or a product or a brand, like or a product or a product from other competing ones. Okay, so like they say laptop, somebody will say Lenovo, somebody will say what? HP. Somebody will say Dell. Why do they have? They have a name because they want to differentiate themselves. They don't want to be called computer. It is not what OEM, that's original equipment manufacturers. No, they have a brand. That's why over the years, companies take their time to build a brand. So it has got visual element. That's the logo, colors, and even the tone and communication style of the brand. If the brand is for safety, the tone in terms of how the brand is presented tells you that yes, it's for safety. There must be visual consistency. You cannot change the company logo every year. It's never done anywhere. So consistency ought to be there. Your colors are your colors. MTN has been with this yellow thing for how many years this? And they are still there. And when you get to other countries, other African countries that they have present there, it's the same color. When you look at Glow, it's the same thing. So these are the key things that we need to kind of understand with regards to brand. A brand personality. When we say brand personality, we try to say that the product or the brand itself should behave like a human being. So we use human personas to talk about what? The brand. That is what the personas are. And like if a brand is a rogue brand, then what it means that this communication and everything is subject to that. Like let's use the music industry. The guy from Korongo, what's the name?
Black Sharif.
Yeah. For him, his brand is more or less like a rogue brand. A rogue brand is a brand that actually deviates from the north and is always in an agitated mood. So you see that whenever he say it is like he don't care about whatever the norms are in society and all those things. He tried to portray certain, like deviating from the norm. That is how the brand is. There are some, they are a bit kind of a hybrid. Like somebody like Sarkodie, for example, who have that societal acceptable norm and also sometimes go just wayward. But the key thing is that we don't see him out like the way Black Sheriff brand is. So likewise, it's the same applies to certain products. You see, there are certain brands, the way it has been captured, it is more difficult because of the way they have been positioned. You cannot just deal with it anyhow. Let's use example, it's a BMW, right? BMW position itself as based on performance. That's why they have the slogan, the ultimate driving machine. The name ultimate driving machine simply means that it is what? Rooted in performance. Now, because of that, you see Mercedes has come out with this kind of fiber made cars. Like the current Mercedes that we have, most of them, the body is not that strong. But BMW has never deviated from that concept because they are talking about performance, and the performance got to do with speed, and therefore they don't want to run away. They don't want to actually move away from that robust kind of body type that they have. So you see their cars look most times masculine in nature, and their body is a bit stronger. That is how they have, because of the way they position themselves. So consistency is one of the key things. And your personality, the persona is like, if this is the performance, then I have to be strong. And the customer perception about the brand is also very, very important. What is it that they are thinking about you? I know there are certain kind of, the day the Melcom went down at Achimota, I know owners of Melcom will never find it so easy. Why? Because to them, if people associate them to be selling cheaper product and their building has collapsed, then there's likely that people will also have that perceived misconception that they also like occupy cheap or low quality buildings. So perception is very, very important. That is why companies spend a lot of resources to build a brand. So why the definition of a brand is a name, logo, sign, or symbol that differentiates one particular organization or product from the other. Branding is what? It is what? Creating identity, and it is what? A continuous process. So a brand is name, symbol, logo, but branding is what? A consistent approach to actually what? Let or the logo reach where you want to reach. And that is how it is. So with the strong brand, it increases recognition and trust because consumers like to trust the brand. And brand positioning strategies. How do you want the consumer to know us? Positioning is the sum of total attributes as marketing. When we say positioning, it's not the marketer does to the mind of the consumer. I want the consumer to recognize me as the one that offer quality. You see, and once I want the consumer to recognize me as I'm the one that offer quality, my activities and everything has to be geared towards what quality. If it is safety, like Volvo will say, they are for safety, that is what it ought to be. So positioning is very, very important because that is how you want the consumer to perceive you. It is very, very important. And approaches are differentiation strategy. You differentiate yourself from the others. Some even can position themselves based against the competition. Like the then UT Bank in those days, they say no, we say why not. a loan in less than 48 hours. Why are they saying so? They said that, okay, why the competition is saying that you cannot get a loan, you come to us. That's why they have the slogan. They say no, we say why not. So definitely they are positioning themselves against the competition. And it is an acceptable way of also position yourself. Some can position themselves based on quality. Some can position themselves based on performance. It is all acceptable. Some can talk about value for money positioning. That means their product is not that expensive or you get what you deserve. Emotional position is there, especially when it comes to destination marketing. Like you have a beach resort you want to market, you have to position yourself using that emotional kind of cues that will let people think that all my troubles will go away when I find myself at that resort. So it is important that you have to kind of understand it. Then the niche proposition, what makes us unique from the others, is very, very important. So effective positioning creates a competitive advantage. Yes. Like example I can give is Rolls-Royce is not bothered about Toyota selling their Land Cruisers because to them, they built a luxury car that is a supercar, and therefore they are not interested in whoever want to buy V8 or whatever because their target is what the upper class. And therefore, if you think that you want to self-actualize, then you come to us so that you can buy one of our cars and let you self-actualize. I want to be me, and therefore this is what I have. So with them, they will count a niche for themselves. They are not following all the automobile companies in the form of car market. No, they have special market that they think if anybody think he's rich and has arrived, he need to have one of our cars. So people buy them not even for the common functionality of the car, that is transportation or commuting from one place to the other, but rather he's buying a personality so that you see that, yes, he is the most richest among all of us within the neighborhood. So that is how it is. And they make market, like they make sales all the time. It is not bankrupt company. People still buy. Okay, so effective positioning will create competitive advantage for us. Then community building and customer engagement. Online communities encourage long-term relationship between brands and customers. So now we have what we call brand communities online, and even at WhatsApp, on WhatsApp too, we are now like witnessing an emerging trend where there's quite a lot of groups now. Almost if you pick your phone, you realize that most of the active WhatsApp contacts are all groups because of what community of interest. So it will be maybe class of 96 group, maybe engineering something group, doctors on-call group. These are some of the things, because we call it a community of interest. People join because they want to belong to a community. And when you look at Maslow hierarchy of need theory, social needs are part of that concept. When people have been able to achieve their physiological needs, move to safety, the next one is social needs. And therefore they want to belong to a particular group or association. So you see that so online communities have sprung up a lot, and it is something that is now driving marketing. Interactive discussion, polls, and question and answer sections are there, user-generated campaigns, personalized responses, and what customer recognition programs are all the things that will be realized with regards to community building. So strong community improve loyalty and advocacy. Once we are fan of a particular celebrity, it becomes a community kind of based approach and help all of us. Then influencer marketing and brand advocacy. who is an influencer? We all know influencer are people who have followers, and therefore we use them in social media communication in order to be able to reach out our target audience. In influencers, we have what we call mega influencers. That is celebrities or public figures with millions of followers who have a very wide reach and global visibility. They are what we call the mega influencers. The macro one are influencers with large audience, usually hundreds of thousands of followers who are well known within a specific industry or niche. So maybe Sako there for the music industry, or maybe Professor Frimpong Boateng for the medical fraternity. That is how macro influencers actually operate. Then we have the micro influencers. They are individuals with smaller but highly engaged audience, often trusted for their expertise or authenticity in what a particular niche. So these are the micro influencers. They don't have they have audience. They are not that large, but the audience, these people, the audience listen to them quite a lot. Then we have the nano influencers, everyday social media users with small number of followers, but strong personal connection with high trust with their community. So what are the benefits involved with this kind of influencers? They increase credibility when they support your product or brand. They expand your audience reach. All the followers might follow you. The authentic communication, once we believe in them, when they say things, we buy them, like we agree with them and we move with it. Then they also help in improving engagement, because when he says something, it triggers conversation on the platform and it helps for us to achieve whatever is needed. Then integrated digital marketing. We gradually moving to the end of the class. When we say integrated marketing communication, it is a concept of communication where we bring all the various communication mix. Just like we have the marketing mix, product, price, place, and promotion. The communication mix is also made up of advertising, personal selling, Instagram posts, Facebook, and other things all coming together. That is integrated. And we have what we call integrated channels also on social media. That's social media platform, company website, email marketing, mobile application, and traditional media. All of them come together to make sure that the message that we want to drive is driven across. The idea is that the audience are not static audience that we can find them on just traditional media. They are everywhere and it is fragmented. While some are interested in social media platform, others will also visit company websites. So everywhere we need to find a way to meet them. And now marketing communication is more difficult than it is in previous days. Because in those days, we just ran the adverts on TV. GTV will show it in Ghana. We are done. But here's the case. How many people will even watch GTV? People have TV commercial with them. We need to find a way to find itself in what the new media, that's the digital space, where people can easily access it. So what are the key things? The sure message was consistency. Integrated channels include social media platforms. Like I told you, consistency is one of the key drivers to that effect. Then omni-channel marketing provides seamless customer experience across multiple channels. Now let me explain omni-channel. Before the inception of omni-channel, you see, first we have what we call just a one-channel approach. Like you want to bank, what do? You go to the bank branch and you conduct your channel. Like bank branch is the only channel that you have. So you go there, you conduct the business or transaction, then you go away. That was then. Then gradually they say multi-channel. So ATM has been introduced. and other kind of services like telephone banking has also been introduced, which is all quite good. However, what are we looking at? We are looking at a situation where the modern customer or consumer is technologically savvy by time poor. So the proponent of omni-channel was saying that we need to bring all the channels together and speak one voice. And therefore, there's no need to segregate the channel in terms of performance. So with a multi-channel approach, they will say, okay, like let's say awareness creation. How did you hear about us? Then they say, oh, maybe through the website, through Facebook, so we treat each and every channel as separate. But the omni-channel concept don't deal that way. You put all the channels together as we are serving the customer. So it's what we call the synergistic effect of channel optimization, where consumers, like let's say at the bank, I can request for say bank statement through the ATM and I'll pick it at the branch. That means two channels are involved. Or I can send email and maybe they can even also deliver it through courier service. Another channel is being created. So that is the concept of omni-channel. It is actually the coming together of all marketing, communication, and transactional channels in order to provide a synergistic effect to the consumer with the aim of providing a seamless experience. So the key characteristics is that cross-channel consistency is there and customer data synchronization. So ATM can know my data, likewise the mobile app. Then online and offline integrations are there with regard to omni-channel. The experiences are realized based on that. And the benefit is that we have higher customer satisfaction, improved retention, and also we have better conversion rate. This is very, very important and very critical. So then AI automation and future trends, technology continue to actually reshape data marketing practice. Artificial intelligence, that's AI, chatbots, and automated communications are there. Predictive analytics, I show you some of how analysis could be done and can actually help you to predict. Social commerce is there, then augmented reality and marketing and also metaverse experience are all part of the way the future holds for us, where big data will be the driver. All the data will be synced, and there is what? Internet of Things also coming in, where there's series of connectivity among different standalone channels or standalone network. They come together, and that's what we call the smart world that we find ourselves. So that is how we need to, and firms must adapt continuously to technological change. Don't say you don't care, because now even the typical traditional brand, they are interested in technology. So it is important that we appreciate that. Then what are the key ethical issues in social media strategy? Consumer privacy concern is there, data protection, and GDPR. GDPR is actually data protection laws associated with Europe. And this main job is actually protect Europeans from their data being misused by other organizations. Then fake news and misinformation will continue to be there, that we need to address it. And ethical influencer marketing ought to be, don't use influencer to market and say it's a medicine, buy one, get one free. Who is going to take the free one? Because medications are based on dosage. That's why you don't hear that. Then transparency in advertising is one of the key things. And responsible marketing builds consumer trust. Trust is the driver in every situation. So we need to make sure that we understand that. So with this, a case example is Nike uses multiple social media platforms to create strong emotional branding. So strategy practices are what? Inspirational storytelling, athlete what? Influencer partnership, interactive campaigns that they do, user-generated content, then consistent omni-channel brandings, also part of it. And the outcome is that Nike maintains strong brand loyalty and global engagement across all targets. And that is the key. So the key lesson for today is about social media strategy requires careful planning and continuous evaluation. We also know about the platform-specific strategies improve engagement because the platforms are not the same. So know which one you have to use and when you have to use that. Branding and community building strengthen customer loyalty. Integrated and omni-channel marketing enhance customer experience. And emerging technologies continue to transform the digital marketing practice or continue to dominate the digital marketing space. Any question, please? Any question, please? Okay, it's 3:43 is about looking at the timelines that we have. We're supposed to have another class, like another section, but I think today is the first day you are back from this vacation, so I will end it here for today, and we're taking on from next week. Is that okay by you, please?
Yes, please.
Yes, please. It's okay. It's okay by us, sir.
Okay. Then thank you very much for coming. Try and work on your thesis alongside, please. Don't say we're opening school so you don't have time. Try and do it so that you'll be able to finish on time. Have a lovely weekend and bye for now.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
God
You
bless
do
Thank you,
same.
sir.
All right.
Have a lovely weekend too, sir.
You do same, boss. Bye.
Okay, bye.
And the ladies, you are too quiet. You
Hey,
have to
Ora.
talk. Your
Bro,
ladies,
Asare.
you
why
have to talk.
Papa, where are you?
Guys, mumba, nam Togo, mumba.
I'll call you, I'll call you.
Okay,
Oba
all
no
right.
to take in Sabawai.
You
Oh,
must.
Ken, you know what's the money? Ken,
Oh, but when I return back, okay, I'll return tomorrow. When I return, why?
Charlie, send the
Man
money,
like
send the
Paul,
money,
man
send
like
the money.
Paul, man like
Oh,
Paul.
Ken,
hey,
I did be our cafe, be a wood after what you're going to duty. We are some moody from my Yabama action. Why?
you want to why?
Class rep one, class rep one, class rep one.
Hey.
Ora baku pe.
Tomorrow, why?